Do you think like babes really dig these?
I'm sorry?
Do you think like a young guy like me? Do you think like chicks kind of dig Model Ts or?
Yes,
All right,
I do.
all right.
Life Unscripted with Kevin Shook.
How fast does this bad boy go?
I would say top speed on this is about 30.
She said no.
Yeah. Ford Motor Company used to say that they would go 40.
Okay.
I doubt it.
Was that just trying to sell more? Or
I think that was what it
it was
was.
downhill?
Yeah. Well, yeah, going downhill with a bit good wind behind you,
Yeah,
you could probably get up to 40.
imagine.
Actually, I had my little Roadster up to 40 once, and it was shaking so bad, I chickened out. I slowed down. And the only reason I knew I was going 40 was because my wife was behind me. And she said, "Oh, you're doing 40." Whoa.
Hold my beer. So, Ron, welcome to Life Unscripted podcast.
Okay.
Obviously, we're not in the studio like we normally are. We're in this fine Model T. You are quite the Model T enthusiast. You have a couple of your own, right?
I do.
So what types do you have?
I have a 1924 Roadster, which is a little two-seater car.
Okay.
And if you think about it, it's 101 years old.
Oh, wow.
And then I have a 1927 Touring, which actually has a back seat, and it'll seat 5 people comfortably.
What got you into these Model Ts?
Well, believe it or not, I'm kind of an antique buff. I like old stuff.
Okay.
And so when they had the Centennial back in 2008, I told Rachel, my wife, I said, let's volunteer. So we did. We volunteered, went out there and spent the week doing stuff with them.
Now, was that here for the Model T Museum?
It was here. Well, it was the Centennial of the Model T, so it had turned 100 years old.
Okay. And this was way back before Rachel was director of the...
Oh yeah, this
Okay.
was way before. And like I said, we volunteered for that. They helped out. And the more I hung around them and the more I looked at them, I thought, these are too cool not to have one.
Oh, I bet.
So I told Rachel, I said, we ought to really think about that. And she kind of was like a, typical wife. Yeah, okay.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did she make you sell anything before you got one?
Actually, no.
Oh, okay.
And the fun part about the whole thing was our anniversary came up probably about 9 months later, and she actually bought me a Model T, my first Model T, for our anniversary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a good wife, I'll
She's
tell
a
you.
keeper. So then how'd the second one come into play? Is it like a little addiction?
Well, kind of like potato chips. You eat one, you got to have another.
All right.
But the main thing was the grandkids always wanted to go with us, but it was only a two-seater car.
Oh, yeah.
So we decided, well, let's get a touring car. So we found a touring car, and it was a survivor car, but what it amounted to was it had been in a flood.
Oh, okay. So it had some work to be done.
Yeah, exactly. And I actually went to Illinois to pick it up, and we got it, brought it back, and had to basically rebuilt the engine, the transmission, the rear end.
Okay.
And everything we opened up had mud in it.
Oh, wow. I hope you got a good deal on it.
We did. I don't think I would have bought it if it wasn't a good deal.
Right.
It was because there was a lot of work to be done.
I feel like you're not going to buy one of these unless it's a good project.
Yes, you can buy them with that ARA project,
Yeah.
but most of the time, sooner or later, you're going to have to do something to them.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, you're trying to keep a 101-year-old car alive. So tell me about this one that we're in.
this is a 24 called a depot hack, and basically it was used at a train station to pick up people and take them to different places,
Okay.
And that's basically what it was used for. So it wasn't built for comfort. It was built for just basically hauling people for a short distance.
Right. Because we got, what is it, 6-seater?
Yeah, you can probably get 6 people in here.
Skinny people.
Yeah. Well, you'd figure 100 years ago people were a lot smaller.
I know. I didn't have as much junk food and all of that, you know?
Exactly.
This is wild.
It's one of those things that once it gets into your system, you really
Yeah. Like, we all got to have our thing. Like, we all,
Exactly.
You got to have a thing. You got to have a hobby. You got to have a passion.
Yep.
So, it's a lot healthier right here. So what's the furthest you've traveled in one of yours?
We did a 120-mile tour one time. But I'll be honest with you, that's a short tour for some of these guys.
Oh, really? 120 miles is short?
Yeah. We've had one guy that drove from California out here,
Oh, wow.
and we had a team of guys that took a car from New York to California. So
That's wild.
you just figure, I mean, and they planned on having breakdowns.
Oh, yeah, they probably got all the...
Yeah.
So, explain some of the mechanics to this. So, you don't have a rubber belt, right?
I'm sorry?
You don't have like a rubber belt. You don't have like a whole serpentine and all that, right?
You do have a fan belt,
A fan belt.
and all it does is operates the fan.
Okay.
It doesn't do anything else.
All right.
And so that's the only belt you've got.
Okay.
There's no turn signals. There's no windshield wipers. Let's see what else. They do have a generator,
All right.
not an alternator, but they do generate electricity to charge the battery.
Do you think like babes really dig these?
I'm sorry?
Do you think like a young guy like me? Do you think like chicks kind of dig Model Ts or?
Yes,
All right.
I do.
All right.
And I hope there's more people that get interested in them,
Okay.
because you get guys my age, we're going to drive them for maybe another 10 years, and then we're either going to sell them or they're going to be in our, they're going to be sold at our estate sale or something. But
Well, you don't want them to go back downhill the car after you put so much work into it.
yeah, well, I'm hoping the kids will take it, and and enjoy it, and maybe get their kids involved in it.
Yeah.
Because it would be a shame that something that's been around this long would start to disappear.
Yeah, so Richmond, so for those watching, Richmond has the Model T museum right here. And Is it the only one in the nation? Is there another one?
It's the only museum dedicated solely to the Model T.
Okay.
There are other museums that have Model T collections.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Well, I think we got a couple at our local county.
exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing of it is they're not solely dedicated to the Model T. They'll have other cars involved. One of the museums I think of is the Gilmore Museum. They have a whole building of Model Ts.
Oh, okay.
But they've also got 10 other buildings dedicated to different kinds of cars.
So they got a whole variety.
Yeah, so they're not solely, this is the only one that just has Model Ts and Model T related things in it.
Well, I've enjoyed working on the virtual tour and learning more about the Model Ts through that. And, just like we showed you earlier, we kind of brought Henry Ford back to be our AI-powered chatbot. So in the virtual tour, he answers all the questions you ask him about all the vehicles at the museum.
Yeah, I got a chance to preview that before anybody else.
Yeah.
Good that my wife's the director, so.
Yeah.
But anyhow, I got to see it, and I was so impressed with it. It was so nice to see.
Oh, it was fun. It was fun. And when I figured out that chatbot, then I was like, I'm naming it Henry. It has to be named Henry Ford.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. But now that's gonna be a nice addition to the museum.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's a beautiful museum.
We keep adding new things all the time.
Yeah. It's 100% volunteer.
Yes.
That works on all of these vehicles.
Yes. If a vehicle needs something done to it, there'll be somebody. It may not be the same person every time, but there'll be somebody that'll come in and work on it. And that's how we keep it up. People come in and dust, clean. It's just a real community in itself. There's a real Model T community that they're dedicated to keeping these things alive and keeping them going.
Yeah. Well, as we're getting close to the museum, kind of tell me what's going on this weekend. Why everything's so exciting.
This is a time of year we call it the homecoming, and it's basically a spin-off of the centennial.
Yeah.
And what it amounted to was once a year we decided to get together. Everybody wanted to get together and try to relive the centennial. Although the centennial had almost 1,000 Model Ts in one place.
Wow.
And we don't get that many, but we get quite a few. And it's just a chance for the Model T guys to get together, or women, and they get together and have a fun little weekend. There's always some hot dogs and hamburgers and a swap meet, free ride, or you can get a ride, and if you want to donate to it, you can. And
yep. And you even do a Model T driving school.
Yeah, we have a driving school, so you can learn to drive your Model T. Matter of fact, we had some people today that just bought their Model T, and they wanted to come and learn how to, learn some things that they didn't know.
Really? Wow.
So it's just a fun time.
It's exciting. Well, I appreciate the ride. It's kind of cool getting to cruise down history lane, especially after we use so much technology to make the tour and kind of tie that gap together. So
yeah,
I appreciate it.
No problem. Glad to do it. And like I said, we kind of laugh when you hear about sunspots or computers and they're going to quit and everything.
Oh, yeah.
I can get in Model T and drive anywhere I want, and sunspot's not going to affect me.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's a wrap.
Life Unscripted with Kevin Shook.